Are you in favor of the upcoming bond issue?
I sure am.
Why?
Well, for the reason that I think it's important to the continued growth and progress of our city and our part of the state that we have here.
Are you in favor of the upcoming bond issue?
I haven't truly decided on that question yet. I want to study it more closely. I am not in favor of the present city council, so I want to study the bond issue very closely.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Well, anything that will better the state or the city of Oklahoma.
Just want to know if you're in favor of the upcoming bond issue.
Certain parts of it.
What particular
I'm
part?
interested in the sewerage problem because of a personal reason.
I see.
Well, sir, I haven't read much about it yet.
Yes, I am.
Why?
Well, I happen to live out in the district where a lot of the money is going, out on West 10th,
I see.
the block south. I think it's a good thing, but I don't think we should come very often, these are large bond issues.
No.
Why?
I think we have too many now, at this time. I don't want to get overloaded.
We'd like to know if you're in favor of the upcoming bond issue.
Yes, I am in
Why?
favor of it. I want to see this city grow and prosper because I have property here and I believe it'll be a benefit to me as well as everybody else.
No, I'm not.
Why not?
Because of property that I have, the taxes have gone up on it. It's 35 or 40 years old, and still the taxes continue to go up, and I'm not going to vote for a bond issue.
Yes, I am in favor of it.
Why?
Well, for the simple reason Oklahoma City is a growing city, and we need finances here, and it has to be done by all the people. And I think the bond issue is our best bet for this town.
We here at Will Rogers Field especially have a critical need for a new terminal. I don't know whether you listening people have seen the condition that exists in the terminal in the lobby downstairs when a jet comes in non-stop from Los Angeles and one in from Idlewild, and they both deplane 100 passengers each, plus the visitors that come here, makes a terrific jam in our lobby, and we need one very badly. Our neighbors on all sides of us have new terminal buildings, and we are just a little behind in acquiring ours. We need more land to develop airport facilities and aviation facilities to make our approach and clear zones clear so that we can continue the reputation that we have at Will Rogers Field for nice, good, low, clear zones. We need to develop Cimarron Field for any industry that might require it, and we also need to do some planning for a fourth airport out in the northeast area someplace.
It has been the history of Oklahoma City that Oklahoma City grows where water goes. The Water Department is asking the voters to approve $9,985,000 for waterworks improvements. The last water bond issue for water improvements from general obligation bonds was in 1955. The $9,985,000 in bond issue will provide $6 2/3 million for trunk main extensions in all areas of the city, which will provide water service to areas now designed to be developed. $1 1/3 million for distribution mains in areas that are now supplied with shallow wells and no fire protection. It will also permit us for these trunk mains to supply water to the large industrial complex that we have requiring water and fire service. Also in this issue will be $600,000 for a land use study at Elm Creek Reservoir and recreational facilities for that purpose.
Traffic control devices play an important part in Oklahoma City's accident prevention program. $3 million of the new proposed
1962 bond issue will be spent for traffic control. This will provide traffic signals at major intersections in the vicinity of the new General Electric plant, the Link Temco Vault plant, the FAA Center, and many Section 9 intersections in newly annexed areas of the city. It will also provide a new master control station, 35 new signalized intersections, and a new interconnection of the traffic signal system serving downtown Oklahoma City. Traffic signals, stop signs, lane markings, and other type traffic control have a definite place in Oklahoma City's safety program. Each type contributes to make Oklahoma City streets safer.
Ladies and gentlemen, on November 27th, we are asking you to vote yes on a proposal to provide this city with a Civil Defense Emergency Operations Center and Training Center. This center can become a vital part of our total civil defense plan. I think we've all realized in the past few weeks the need for civil defense training for all our population. This proposal will provide such a facility, a place where all our citizens can avail themselves to civil defense training. It might be noted that the $400,000 will be matched with federal funds to give us an $800,000 installation. Again, I ask all of you to give your most serious consideration to this matter because it is something that is of vital importance to Oklahoma City. Our civil defense program is developing now with quite a shelter program, and we need this emergency operating center to tie this network of shelters and control together.
In the bond issue to be voted on November 27th are three issues which are of vital concern to the Engineering Department as well as to all of Oklahoma City. As you know, we are concerned with the construction and maintenance of sanitary sewers, storm sewers, and streets. In this bond issue, we have $10,500,000 for sanitary sewers, $5 million for storm sewers, and $1,550,000 for streets. We need these funds at this time to enable us to serve all areas all over town, as well as to serve the industrial complex in all West Reno. We also need to relieve certain drainage problems that occur from time to time in that area as well as in other areas of town. We need to provide access to the Western Electric and the industrial complex, as well as to provide access to the Capital Area complex, which now is congested at peak periods, and it makes it impossible for traffic to have access to the new Capitol buildings as well as to the Capitol building itself. So we would like to correct that if possible.
At the present time, Oklahoma City is booking $15 million worth of convention business per year. With the building of a new downtown convention arena, we can double this figure, or $30 million worth of conventions coming into Oklahoma City every year. We need a 15 to 20,000 seat arena in the downtown area with a minimum of 100,000 square feet of exhibit space to handle conventions, sporting events, and all types of trade shows. We know that we can book the Southern Baptist Convention, Rotary International, and other large conventions for Oklahoma City. We need a facility at the fairgrounds that can use an arena to handle all kinds of shows that use animals and smaller sporting events, such as horse shows and livestock shows, FFA groups, the World Series Rodeo.
The zoo is at the crossroads of development. The sands of time have just about run out on us. We are asking in this bond issue $1 million in order to provide educational facilities to the children and to the adults of Oklahoma City. Primarily, we are developing the zoo along the lines of education, but just as important, conservation. Unless we bring these animals into captivity, and soon, they will finally disappear from the face of this earth, and your children and your children's children will only know them through photographs or mounted specimens.
This will be the loss of a legacy. You and I are fortunate enough to enjoy them, and it is up to us. The burden is on our shoulders, both yours and mine, to protect the magnificent animals and wildlife of this earth for generations yet unborn. This is the purpose of the zoo, the obligation of not only the zoo, but everyone living today.
Well, we really don't have much alternative. We have to do it. The fact of the matter is this bond issue merely brings up to date the rest of the needs enumerated by the Citizens Council of Committee of 100 in 1957, some 5 years ago. This completes it. The last year's bond issue started, and this program will complete it. However, there are many needs included in this bond issue that weren't anticipated a year ago, such as some of the services to our new industries and new industries that have announced locating here. We have commitments which we simply must fulfill if we expect these industries to go ahead and locate here.
This is going to be a big job if the people approve all these bonds, building them. After the last bond issue, the Citizens Committee reported that one of the reasons that the bond work was spread out over 4 years was that there weren't enough construction companies to do the job in 1 year. Well, now, will there be enough construction companies to do this job in addition to the work on the 61 bond issue?
Well, of course, by spreading the bond issues out, the construction out over a longer period of time, the contractors are, what they say in the trade, hungrier, and the competition will be a little more intense, and the prices probably be a little bit lower. But the truth of the matter is that if we don't have enough construction companies here in Oklahoma City to do it, we can call them in from other places, and they will create employment for people here. And as I said before, we simply have to go ahead and construct these needed improvements for Oklahoma City. For Oklahoma City's growth, we have no alternative. But we do feel that there is enough, will be enough competition to take care of this program, which is a 3-year program also, you understand.
The city has made frequent use of the revenue bond technique in financing improvements in the past. Why can't we use revenue bonds for instance, the convention facility?
Well, of course, we are using the revenue bonds on the airport bond issue to supplement the bond issue to make a larger facility. In the case of the convention facilities, however, it probably should be pointed out that the principal beneficiary of increasing the convention business in Oklahoma City is not the city government per se. It's the city's economy as a whole. It will help all the people, create more jobs, more business for people if we can double our convention business.
Will City Hall be able to handle this load? The city government does not have an adequate budget. Everybody knows that the various departments are understaffed, yet these departments are going to have to plan all this. Can they do it?
Of course, there will be additional burdens on the city government to administer the bond issue. Now, in some cases, I feel sure that their provisions will be included in the bond issue, such as the engineering. I think that some of the engineering planning can be charged to the bond issue for the cost of that particular project. I believe that's included in the cost.
What is this going to cost the taxpayer per thousand? Do you have that figure?
The cost per home, average home for a $12,000 home, would be about 2 cents a day next year. That's the average homeowner in Oklahoma City. And at the peak year, in 1966, it'll be less than 4.5 cents a day. That'll be the highest cost for an average size Oklahoma City home.
What's the alternative? We're often told what will happen if we approve the bonds, but I don't think the people are often told what will happen if they don't. What will happen if they don't?
Well, as I've said many times, never before has Oklahoma City stood to gain so much at such a low price. And conversely, never has Oklahoma City stood to lose so much should the bond issues fail, because it will mean greater industrialization, creating more job opportunity for more people. We have more jobs and better jobs for more people. Every job is more secure. Advancement is created for more people. Promotional opportunity and advancement will be available for more people.
Will there be a citizens group to see that the bond money is spent as promised?
The Bond Advisory Committee on Existence has offered its services and asked the City Council to use it or a similar group, and the City Council has resolved to do just that, so that each and every penny of the bond issue money to be spent on the 1962 bond issue will be supervised by an advisory committee recommending and helping the City Council to see that it's spent like it's spelled out item for item in the Think Big Again brochure that's been mailed to everybody in Oklahoma City.